Where do the dogs come from? How do they get into the program?
The dogs mainly are, right now they are, a lot of them are brought through with an occupational therapist or physical therapist or even a rec therapist. And they're certified through the Delta Dogs International or Dogs Incorporated, Therapy Dogs Incorporated. And they're certified through there, and they're actually allowed to come into hospitals and elsewhere in order to assist in the therapy. So a lot of them are, you know, dogs that were picked up at the pound, and that just have a really good temperament. And there's, my dog even is going to be a therapy dog. He's got the best temperament alive. And we're actually in the process of doing that. So, but yeah, a lot of them do come with just occupational therapists or physical therapists or rec therapists.
And are there enough dogs for the need? Did you research?
I actually did not research that. I know that PAWS does have a lot of dogs that are looking to become even service dogs, just to give to the veterans, but that is that they actually take them home. I know a lot of people who right now are kind of getting in, as far as rec therapists, who are kind of getting into the animal-assisted therapy programs. The lady that I will be interning in January has 2 dogs that she does bring to the hospital on a regular basis. It's just kind of getting the word out, saying that, you know, it is possible to have a dog that is allowed to come in and assist in therapy sessions.
Thank you.
Dr. Hicks?
Years ago, there used to be a term for pet therapy. Is this a takeoff of pet therapy? Is pet therapy still in existence, or don't?
It is. It kind of coincides with it now. It has now adapted animal-assisted therapy to it. For the most part, animal-assisted therapy now kind of goes along with the occupational therapy or physical therapy or rec therapy. And they do still have pet therapists, but for the most part, people who are already certified in, you know, say therapy and recreation are able to go and get the certification for the animal-assisted therapy and actually benefit the patients that they work with at this point. Instead of going with an outside source or having a lot of pet therapists when I was in my previous employment, we would have them come in through different areas of the town, like I don't remember where we hired them through, but they were just specifically there to come in for like 20 minutes once a month, whereas if you have a therapy dog with you, you can bring them in as many times as you want during the week. Yes.
In your research, did you see anything of why the VA isn't covering this?
I actually tried really hard to find why they aren't covering it. They're actually in the process right now of doing research on their own to see what the benefit is. There was not a lot of research that I found based on veterans with PTSD because they are in the process of researching it at the moment. But I searched as many benefits parts that they offered, and there was nothing in there that said anything about animal-assisted therapy.
How much is the anticipated cost of it?
A lot of it right now, because it is covered, or if it was covered, sorry, through ADA though, a lot of it is covered through Medicare, Medicaid. A lot of it would be, I mean, free. PAWS, right now I know I could go back to PAWS. They are in the process of giving a dog for free to a veteran with PTSD. They are in the process of doing all of that research, and you know, if a veteran needs a dog, they are in the process of training that dog and giving that to him for free. So a lot of it will be either covered or through donations and stuff will be free. Dr. Smith.
Just a point of clarification. I know you and I talked about this, but also for the audience, is could you make the distinction between a therapy dog and a service dog?
Yes. A therapy dog is a dog that comes to a group with you or through a session with you and is there for a limited amount of time. A service dog is a animal, or you know, even if it's a service cat, because they actually and pet or pigs or horses or whatever, that stays with you primarily for, or not primarily, for, you know, from the time you wake up until the time you go to sleep. They live with you. They are there to service you through the process. It's kind of, a service dog is kind of like a way of thinking if you have a person who is vision impaired. It's their service dog is taking them and guiding them. It's kind of like a guide dog. But it does help you with the process through if you are experiencing an anxiety attack with PTSD. A therapy dog is something, it's an animal that you get for a limited amount of time, and it just helps in that short period of time. But a lot of people do look forward to sessions then at that point because they get to play with the dog for those 45 minutes, hour, whatever, however long they are in the session.
And that's the kind of thing where it might even be a volunteer is brought in by a recreation therapist to work with a patient on their treatment goals, so that the therapist is then doing is guiding the therapy, and the certified volunteer with the certified therapy dog is providing the modality. And that's a nice relationship there. And that's also where it can be covered under third-party pay.
Yes.
Is it's a billable therapy service.
There is a billable therapy service, but we also know that the Department of Veteran Affairs is horribly underfunded. But they have to do their own research in order to create policies that would allow it to be a billable service, perhaps. Put those pieces together. And one of your recommendations is that animal-assisted therapy is going to be useful for intervention of PTSD. What happens if VA takes forever to come up with some research? What would be some other avenues to create funding or opportunities for athletes intervention?
Really good question. I guess for me, it's just even getting the word out there. Just, advocating for the veterans who have PTSD and getting the word out there saying that it is beneficial. And then even just finding a sponsor that could potentially cover it. Or, if they only offer it at a certain amount, at a certain time, even at Hines VA Hospital, just getting the word out to veterans. Or, if they offer it at a, okay, I was like, you jumped on your seat. Okay, just having somebody who can sponsor, just coming in and, having their dog, who is a therapy dog, come in and do a 30-minute session, or, something along those lines. Does that kind of answer it?
All right. Well, thank you, Kelly. Great presentation. Good information.